They don't want you to get your point across or say what you have to say. Why is that? We're about to find out today. All right. Your truth will not be silenced. All right. They're trying to silence you because you're speaking the truth. And they don't want it to get out. When you have something positive to say, when you have something positive to say, not everyone is going to want to be a part of that. Some people aren't going to be able to take it. They aren't going to be able to comprehend what it is that they need to understand about what you're saying. Some people will just hear it and tune it out automatically. Maybe they don't like how it's packaged. Maybe they don't like the form it comes in. Maybe they don't like how it sounds. But at the end of the day, it's still something that does its job and does what it's intended to do. And that's make a person feel better about themselves, realize their capabilities, see what's possible for themselves, and figure out a way to make it happen. All right? So regardless of them trying to put a pause on things, regardless of them trying to make sure that what we have to say doesn't get out there, we're going to keep pushing anyway, because that's all you can do. We're going to keep pushing anyway. They may not want to see it happen. You can't give up just because they don't want to see it happen. You can't stop because they want to stop you. You have to find something else. You might have to start from scratch. You might have to start from the bottom. You might even have to start even lower than that. God forbid. But you keep going regardless. Because if you're still breathing and if you're still here, it's going to be on your mind and it's going to eat at you. So if you got to start over, you might as well take a small bite and chew. But really, though, you might as well start from where you have to start from and rebuild it, redo it. Redefine yourself if you have to. Pull a Tupac on them. Just make sure you stay alive. Make good decisions, No disrespect to Tupac. But your truth will not be silenced, all right? They may try to take something from you. They may try to make things harder for you. But regardless of what they're going to try to do, it has to be something that you still decide to do. Stay dedicated. Don't allow them to push you back or make you quit. Don't allow them to put you in a place where you don't feel like doing it. Find a reason why. See, this is why your whys are very important. This is why your whys are extremely important. Because if you could find the reason why, you can find how you're going to keep going. If you can find the reason why you started something, why you want to do something, that you can find the reason to keep going. What is your reason to keep going? All right, what is your reason to keep going? You got to figure out why you started in the first place. You got to know why you started in the first place. If it's something that you really want to do, you already know why. You already know the answer to that question. But you won't be silenced. They probably want to shut you up, make it so you'll just go sit down somewhere and be quiet. But no, not going to happen. But really, though, once you start something, you have to see it through, regardless of how it's turning out. It may not be turning out how you want it to. It may not be turning out the way you expect it to. It may not be turning out at all. But your determination is what will allow you to keep going, because you have willpower and you're focused and you're ready to face the challenges that come your way, whatever those challenges may be. Not going to sit there and complain about what happened and why it happened. There's work to be done. There's work to do. If you got to burn some energy, or you got to let off some steam, go put in some work. That's the best way to use your time. Even when things aren't doing what they're supposed to do. At least you could do what you're supposed to do. That's why you don't let things change you. Even when things go wrong, don't go with them. All right, when something bad happens, you can't allow yourself to go bad just because of what happens. If you put a piece of rotten fruit on top of a good piece, it'll turn the other one bad. If you connect yourself to a bad situation, you're going to turn bad. Something bad may happen. You don't have to go bad with it. You can detach from it. You can let it go. You can accept it for what it is. You could look for a positive outcome in the situation. Always look for a positive outcome in the situation. It may be negative. It may seem bad at first, but you have to find a different way to look at what happened to you. So that way you can see that diamond in the rough. What's the reason why this might have happened? Right? What's the reason why this might have happened? And then you'll start thinking. Solutions will start coming to you. You'll be able to come up with an idea on where to go next. And if you pray about it, and ask God to show you why this may have happened, and to help him lead you, and to have him help you and lead you where you're supposed to go from here, you'll see that there's a positive outcome waiting for you if you're ready to take action. So regardless of what happens, you still have to take action. Even if you feel down, take action. Even if you feel down, take action. even if you feel depressed, it's probably because you're just laying there, or you're thinking something that's not positive. Mostly, a lot of people end up depressed because of what is on their mind at that point. So if you're thinking something like, this is the worst thing that could happen, or a negative outcome is the only outcome I'm going to get from this, that's how you're going to feel. And when you're thinking of a bleak outcome where there's no way out, that's going to make you feel bad. That's going to not allow you to feel as good as you could possibly feel. It's going to cut you off from how you're supposed to feel. So, when things aren't really turning out good, you still have to make sure that your thoughts are in alignment with how you want things to go, regardless of how things are actually going. So you have to keep your mind where you want to see yourself. Even when things don't really look good, things will still be able to turn out how you want them to, or some way how you would want them to, and then you could just build from there and keep moving forward. But just because something bad happens, don't allow that to stop you, or knock you off track, or destroy your focus, or make you procrastinate, or push you back, or make you fall back, or make you lazy, or make you not want to do it at all. You have to find a way to do it, or find a way to do something, or something that is a part of it or has to do with it, so that way you can stay busy and still get some work done in the area that you're working in. Because if you take this time off, or if you decide, what, I won't do it because, or whatever, if you let them get in the way, or how you feel get in the way of your progress, you won't be making any. And there's still always something that you can do, even if things don't turn out how you want them to. You just have to look at the situation the best way you possibly can, so that way you could find a way to do something. How can you work on improving in an area that would help you be better at what you do? That's one way to look at it. All right, I can improve on this. Well, so since I can't do this right now, I'll just work on this. And that way I'll make that better. So that way when I come back, I'll be better, and everything will have been improved, and it will be better, and I'll be able to do it better. And that works out better for me. So depending on where you're at with how you think about your life, and how you think about yourself, and how you think about situations, it really plays a part in where you end up going. Because if a person thinks that it's all over for them and there's nothing that they can do, then that person's not going to end up doing anything. That person's going to end up just being helpless and not feeling like, or thinking that they're in control of their situation. The person that wants to take initiative, and the person that has drive, is going to take control of their situation, even if it looks out of control. And even if your situation is out of control, you still have to grab, as they say, grab the bull by, grab life by the horns, or whatever they say, whatever that thing is, grab the bull of life by the, I don't know, something like that. Grab the bull by the horns, and you still have to, even though things look crazy, you still have to find a way to do your best still. All right, so that way you'll still have done your part. It's going to help you out in more ways than you think. Most people would just not do anything because they may say, "Oh, that's not going to count towards anything." When you practice something, or put in some type of work, or like when you practice it, you put in work, and what's the word I was looking for? Anyway, you grow each time you do something, and you become better at it each time you do it. So regardless of whether something is going to count like how you would want it to, you want to do it anyway because it's something that you want to do. Because if you don't do it, just because it may not have the effect that you want it to, it means that you're not going to get better at it. And by not doing it, you could possibly get worse. So you don't want to take time off just because you're not getting the result that you want. If people stop because they didn't get the results that they wanted, nobody would have anything. If you make something and it doesn't get the response you want and you stop, how's anything ever going to be created? Nothing would ever be made that way. Nobody would have ever came up with anything, put out any ideas, went forth with anything. All right. So don't allow yourself to be stopped by a circumstance or a problem or a situation or an occurrence in life. Don't allow those things to get in the way. Don't allow those things to block you. They don't have the power to make you give up. You have to remember just how strong you are. Even when you feel like you're tired sometimes, you still have energy to do things. That's the most amazing part. Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like doing something because life may have you down, a situation might have been put in place to try to put you down, but you can still find a way to pick yourself up. And that's having a strong mind. All right, that's having a strong mind. Even when things aren't as good as they should be, you can still find a way to have a positive outlook on things. Having a tough mind is one of the best things you can have, because when situations turn out not to be what you want, you could always get yourself back to a centered state of things may not be where I would want them to be, but sooner or later I could get them where I want to be. So it's like, let me not freak out. Let me just chill. Let me just take this time to get better. Take this time to improve. Take this time to do everything I need to do. Get some things done in other areas that I may need to do. But it's definitely not a time to be upset. It's definitely not a time to be angry. All right, the devil may be trying to attack you from all different angles. All right, but you still have to keep pushing. You still have to keep going regardless of what's being thrown at you. You still have to lay your brick for the day. You still have to put in the work that you need to put in for that day, because if you don't, it won't be there. It won't be anything there that you could say you've done for that day. So you could think you're getting somewhere, or think that you're doing something, but if you're not putting in the right work, not just any kind of work, but the right work, which is sufficient, and it's going to actually equate into the result that you're looking for, because you know what you're doing and you're doing it properly and you're doing it good enough to get the desired result. You're not just doing something, you're doing it good enough to get the desired result. All right. That takes studying, that takes research, that takes figuring out, that takes doing it not all the way right and then figuring out how to get better at it, and then not giving up and still doing it. So just not quitting through the whole process, not giving up through the whole process, and doing things that you don't want to do is a definite part of that process. Even when you don't feel like doing it, because you may feel some type of way, you have to put how you feel to the side and still have to, you still gotta, provide time for yourself to get things done, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're having a bad day, even when something goes wrong. You still have to find a way to go right. Something may go wrong, but you have to find a way to go right still. You can change yourself regardless of your circumstance or what's happening around you. You can make a change within yourself, so at least you may be going through something, but you don't have to feel like the person who's going through that. It could just be something that you're experiencing, something that is just you're just passing through it. It may be what you're going through, but you're not mentally there because you're not going to be there, so you're not staying there. You're not wanting to go through this and stay stuck there. You're already seeing yourself way past where everybody currently sees you at. And that's also going to add a lot of positivity to your situation, and it's going to motivate you, and it's going to help you feel accomplished. When you look at something like it's already done, when you look at something like you already have it, and it's yours, it has to show up in your life some way, somehow. That, excuse me, that's the meaning behind God's ways are past finding out. Because you're not supposed to worry about how it's going to happen. You're not supposed to worry about when it's going to happen. You're just supposed to know that it's already on the way. It's already yours. It's already set in stone, put in place for you. You just have to keep putting in work, keep taking action out on your dreams, out on your goals, and actually see it through. Take time out to do it. Start small so it could eventually amount to something. And if you're doing something and if it doesn't amount to what it's supposed to, don't give up. If you were doing something and things were working out and now it's not what you expect, don't give up. Do it even more. Do it even better. Do it with the feeling of getting even more than you already had. Do it with the feeling of this being a better way for you, or something better coming out of it for you. Always go into a situation, even if it's a negative one, seeing yourself coming out as if something better is going to happen for you. Like things are always happening for your betterment or for the greater good of you. So that way it'll help you keep a positive outlook and keep a positive mindset. You can attract the things that you actually want to. If you're going through something and you're thinking the worst thoughts, but you want a positive outcome, that's not really going to work out for you, and it's going to slow things up for you. As for when you're going through something, but you see yourself where you actually want to be, that's going to open some doors up for you and create some opportunities for you to walk right into. And it's going to feel as if it just fell right out of the sky. All right. It's going to be for you, just for you, with your name right on it, for you to utilize it and make the best of it and do what you need to do with it. And if that doesn't work out, something else will come. You just have to always always have the mindset of, regardless what happens, you're going to be all right. Because if God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, regardless of what happens, you're always going to be all right. But always plan, always put things in place, and always make the best decisions that you could possibly make. All right. Always pray that you continue to make the best decisions for you. All right. Because that will help you as well. And that will allow you to basically just keep a level head as far as decision making, as far as things you're supposed to be doing, as far as things that you want to do with your life. You don't want to get out of balance with that. You want to definitely stay in balance with that and not allow anybody to sway you in any other directions that you shouldn't be going in. You want to stay focused and stay on the path you're supposed to be on, so that way you can achieve your goal, because there are those people out there that want to try to take you off that path because they're not on that path. So it's like you shouldn't be on there either. So regardless of everything happening to you, people trying to silence you, things not working out for you, you're still going to end up on top. You're still going to end up on top. You're still going to end up with a great life. You're still going to end up everything working out for you how it's supposed to. Whatever they try to do, it's not going to work. And everything is going to work out for you. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.